Are you truly free? Think about your daily routine. You wake up, and the first thing you do is grab your phone, scrolling endlessly for something new. A quick fix of dopamine, maybe a coffee, and a short video to distract you. You get more stimulus on your way to work or school. Podcasts, social media, incessant notifications. But when silence finally comes, what happens? A discomfort arises. You feel empty, and suddenly the need for another distraction is overwhelming. The problem isn't pleasure itself. Pleasure is natural, an evolutionary tool that drives us to survive. But what happens when pleasure becomes the prison? When seeking instant gratification becomes our only goal, we become captives of this endless cycle. Aldous Huxley predicted this nearly a century ago. While George Orwell warned of a world controlled through force, Huxley imagined a world where no one would need to be forced into compliance. They would be so overwhelmed by constant pleasure that they would never think to rebel. A world where slavery doesn't need chains. It thrives through entertainment, overwhelming stimuli, and unending pleasure. Today, this seems all too real. A society obsessed with distractions, consuming pleasure without limits. But what is the cost of this? Is this relentless pursuit of instant happiness truly liberating you, or is it trapping you? In Huxley's vision, pleasure became a tool of control. People were conditioned from birth to avoid discomfort at all costs. Whenever unease or doubt arose, a drug called soma would calm them, keeping them docile. While this may seem like fiction, look around you. The modern world may not have soma, but we have our own versions. Social media, instant gratification, endless distractions. The problem isn't the pleasure itself, it's how we're conditioned to seek it. Every notification, every like, every quick piece of content sends a surge of dopamine to your brain, training you to avoid introspection and seek instant rewards. But why is it so hard to stop? It's because we've been conditioned. The educational system trains us to repeat information, not think critically. The job market teaches us to produce, not reflect. Entertainment offers constant distractions, so we never question the world around us. This conditioning teaches us to avoid discomfort, making us passive, unquestioning consumers. Huxley's dystopia wasn't about a brutal dictatorship, but about a system that made people love their own servitude. And today, this conditioning happens through algorithms, marketing, and social media, tools that manipulate our desires without us even noticing. But this constant pleasure has consequences. We are becoming fragile, manipulable, and unable to deal with discomfort. When everything is easy, we lose our resilience. Small failures become crises. We've been trained to avoid pain, but pain has purpose. It shapes us, teaches us resilience, and forces us to grow. A world without discomfort seems like paradise, but it's a dangerous illusion. If we never face difficulties, we become weak. Huxley's soma may not exist, but we have our distractions, social media, dating apps, entertainment, all designed to eliminate discomfort. But this comes at a cost, our psychological strength. Pleasure is easy and immediate, but it's temporary. It needs constant renewal, or the emptiness returns. True fulfillment, however, comes from purpose, not pleasure. Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor, wrote that the people who survived were those who found meaning in their suffering. Purpose, unlike pleasure, doesn't disappear once it's achieved. It strengthens you. But modern society doesn't want you to seek purpose. Purpose requires effort, introspection, and resilience. It goes against the very logic of instant gratification. A person with purpose is harder to control. That's why we're constantly bombarded with distractions, to keep us from seeking something deeper. If you want to break free, you need to question everything. What truly matters? What do you want to build? Reclaim your time, resist the endless distractions, and stop seeking constant pleasure. Learn to be okay with discomfort. Rebuild your tolerance for boredom. Question why you're distracted all the time. The path to freedom is hard. It requires you to swim against the current, Reject the easiest path and accept that true freedom comes with resistance. When you start to break free, some people will admire you, while others will try to pull you back into the system. But don't let that stop you. The choice is yours. Continue chasing fleeting pleasures, or break free and build a meaningful life. The trap is clear. Now it's up to you to decide. Will you stay a prisoner to pleasure, or will you regain control of your mind and find purpose? What will you choose?